Random Acts of Heroic Love has got two strands, two stories. First of all, you have Leo, who wakes up in a hospital in South America, having had an accident. He's lost his girlfriend and he has no memory of the accident. He has to come to terms with the loss. He goes through terrible grief, and eventually it's his journey back to love. The second narrative is that of Moritz, captured in the First World War by the Russians. He escapes from this prisoner of war camp in Siberia. He has to walk all the way across Russia, trying to get back to his village, trying to find the girl that he kissed before the war began, not knowing whether she's alive, not knowing whether she'll still be there. Interweaving between these two stories is Leo's notebook. And inside Leo's notebook are pictures of animals, quotes. And what Leo does is he collects anything which has the aroma of love. What I wanted to do is try and show the parallels between humans and animals, and give a sense that the whole universe is conspiring in love. And in writing this book, I had to go to sort of extraordinary breadth of research. Books on the First World War, anything I could find on the Eastern Front, animals, books on quantum physics, the psychology of romantic love, books on bereavement. When you lose somebody, what are the classic symptoms of grief, of loss? Leo is 25 years old when the crash happens, and he's a scientist, a rationalist. And what happens after the death of Eleni is suddenly his mind is taken into completely different directions. Grief is a kind of a holy state, almost. It's a transcendent state of mind in the sense that you suddenly start viewing the universe very differently. You start building strange connections with the person that's gone. You hear their voice, you start seeing them on street corners, people that seem to resemble them or have the same energy of the person that's lost. They're everywhere, and they're living with you all the time, even though they're not present. It is dark, it is difficult, you don't fit in, you suddenly feel alienated from the world. At one point I think I described it's like looking through binoculars backwards. Leo goes on an inner journey. With Moritz, he's going on an epic physical journey. That part of it is based on the true story of my grandfather, Moshe Scheinman. We don't know much about him, but what we do know is that he was captured by the Russians and taken to a prisoner of war camp in Siberia, and that he escaped and spent 3 years walking back. Leo meets a physicist called Roberto, and Roberto sort of sucks him into this world of quantum physics and subatomic particles that behave extremely strangely, in almost an emotional way. And for him, you know, quantum physics begins to explain some of the feelings that he has. Quantum physicists now believe in a holistic universe, which means that all things are one, all things are connected. It's unity, it's love, if you like. And I wanted to try and find a scientific explanation for love, as well as the usual just emotional explanation for love.